What is going on, guys? Reflex here, and it's been a while since one, I've uploaded, two, uploaded and I got the platinum video, and also three, I was supposed to upload and I got the platinum for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands like over a year ago. And then I think what happened was I got the platinum, was gonna record, but my data corrupted when I was getting footage and everything, and I just could not even want to go back to even play the game. So that just destroyed my confidence with getting platinums. I didn't get a single platinum for at least 6-7 months or so. But fast forward to now, it's been over a year and Final Fantasy 16 comes out, and it even takes me a little bit longer to even play it. It took me about a month after release for me to actually sit down and play it, and there was no reason behind it. It's just kind of wasn't in the cards to play. But finally get into it. Everyone was saying it was a great game, they loved it, combat was great, and I actually just wanted to get my hands on it, and I have to say this game was very, very fun. There was a lot of stuff to do outside of the main quest. The main quest was long, the cutscenes were great, the story was intriguing, I enjoyed every single second of it. The voice acting was, at first I didn't realize, because I didn't really play the demo. I played a little bit, and seeing the trailers, I kind of knew what we were getting into, kind of Game of Thrones style Final Fantasy, but I wasn't prepared for how good the voice acting was gonna be in this game. Like, it's Final Fantasy, so obviously the voice talent is normally top notch, but they blew me out of the water with this, especially just the person who voices Clive. Which shouts out to Ben Starr for that, but shouts out to the entire cast. I mean, literally everyone sounded great, and the game looked amazing. I mean, I was just playing on my PS5 and I had no qualms with how the game was. Didn't really run into any bugs. I crashed one time, but I think that was just it was really hot, and I might have attributed to my just PS5 overheating that time, because I think I put a nice 6-hour session one day in, just because I was enthralled in the gameplay and the cutscenes and all that. And the story was really, really good. Like, what you get in the demo is literally just a taste. Like, it's the most minimal taste that you get from the demo, that once you play the full game, you're like, holy crap, there was this much more to offer. Out of the 50 trophies, you get 12 just from playing the story alone. These are just story based stuff, but then a lot of the even basic achievements you get just from nonchalantly playing, because you'll unlock a new move, you'll try it out, and then randomly a trophy will pop. The stronger you get, the more damage you're gonna do. You're gonna get the damage trophy. There's one for punishing 10 enemies. You're gonna get that through playing. Defeat 20 enemies while semi-primed. I mean, there's a lot of trophies that you get just from playing the game. So it's an easy game to platinum. However, there's only a couple of them that's going to be a little bit taxing for actually getting the platinum. And it's not taxing in a bad way. It's more taxing in a, once you've beaten the game once, and and maybe you're doing all the side quests, because I don't know if you even need to do all the side quests. I just did them anyways, and I will say, before the final mission, all of a sudden the side quests roll in. You got about, what I want to say was it seemed like 15 at least, just out of nowhere, right at the end, where 15 side quests, and I was doing them all as they were coming about. But literally the final mission, I was like, okay, this is probably going to be it, so I might want to do every single thing that I can. And there was so many side quests to do, it was ridiculous, but it was good ridiculous. The side quests were actually really fun, because they had a lot of story and a lot of character development with the world of Final Fantasy 16 Balestia. I mean, just literally all the side characters had, really good story of their own, that you kind of became attached to them in a way. And one good thing that actually makes this game a lot easier if you choose to use them is these ring of timely evasion or timely strikes, or there's just these rings that they give you for a person that maybe just wants to play the game but not really kind of go too hard on it. And they got one that'll dodge for you. They got one where if you just tap square, it'll do combos for you. Now, given if you use it, sometimes it could be annoying because they might use a move that's unsafe in a new game. Plus, you don't really want to use moves that are unsafe to like a boss that might just one-shot you, which I will say, the only gripe I have about this game is it felt a tad bit too easy. Now, there was some bosses that when they hit, and they hit hard, it would lower my health a lot, but the thing is, I've never gotten one-shotted or even 2-shot. I think the most I've gotten like 3-shotted or trapped into a combo that I was like, oh crap, that's a lot of damage, and then it was too late. But I only died once in the story, so you know, it wasn't really hard because there's not any like micromanaging your party, you know, equipping them with stuff to make, you know, strategy for boss fights. It's really just go in there, don't get hit, build up their stagger gauge, get them staggered, do every single one of your icon abilities, and you know, hit them for a lot. Maybe use one of your tonics to get more strength and more stuff just to do more damage. But it's just rinse and repeat for the entire game, and that's the only flaw I have in this game, because of the fact I kind of like my games challenging. Final Fantasy VII Remake had a hint of challenge to it, and it wasn't just kind of, you know, do some combos, get the person down to low health, and then you win. But like in that game, you actually had to kind of manage your squad and know what you were doing, because you could die in there, and it wasn't just easy mode. Like, it's kind of the same feel that I had for Final Fantasy 15 in terms of I just felt like I couldn't die without really just not paying attention. Like in Final Fantasy 15, it was way worse. I could do an entire dungeon with like no potions and it'd just be so simple, because just the gameplay was too easy in my opinion, because they kind of go away from the strategy of Final Fantasy, at least in these newer installments. But I don't know, that's the only flaw I had. It's not really a big flaw, it's just I mean, I guess you could call me a masochist with just games being difficult, that I want a little bit of a challenge, because even the New Game Plus for the Final Fantasy mode that you have to complete in the entire playthrough again, it didn't really seem that much different. Like I said, I only died once, and that was because I really wasn't paying attention. It was one, I think, random boss fight that I got trapped in a thing, and it was like, oh, I probably should have healed. And you can heal while getting hit. It's not even like back then where if you, even in Final Fantasy 15, if you were getting hit, they kind of would either have to heal you themselves, or you would have to try to heal, but you can't heal mid-hit, I don't believe. So that's the only gripe I have, which isn't really a detrimental one, it's just an opinion. But like I said, you can get the majority of trophies. The only one that takes a while is the one where you actually have to beat the entire game on Final Fantasy mode, which is Fantasy Finally. And then 2 is Masterclass, upgrade all feats and abilities to their maximum. That's actually going to take about 2 playthroughs worth, and then you're going to probably have to go farm in an in-game part. And the thing is, like, this in-game part, it really just, you just kill hyenas pretty much and get some AP, and then you can get all your stuff there. You get almost enough to upgrade everything. You just need about, for me, I needed about 7,000 more. And that literally took me about 30 minutes of grinding, and that was it, which sounds like a lot, but compared to most grinds, not that much. But aside from that, the other trophies are pretty much just self-explanatory. Get curiosities, play the game, get all the notorious marks, which, you know, they kind of tell you exactly where to go, a little vaguely, but for the most part you can figure out where to go. And then there's these little, you know, these stones that you can use your icon to go into, and then you have this little time trial. You complete them all, you get another curiosity. You get all the curiosities, you know, there's some that are hidden behind actually talking to, like Tarja has one, I think Hippocrates had one, Joshua had one. Like, all these people ended up having a curiosity that they end up giving you, and it's literally like side quests sometimes give you them. So it's like a lot of them is just kind of, if you're playing everything and exploring everywhere, you'll find these and you'll end up getting these easy. Literally the only 2 trophies is the last one, which is Masterclass in the Final Fantasy mode, but they kind of come hand in hand. By the time you're finishing up, you'll end up getting enough AP just about to get the last trophy. But all in all, it just, like I said, takes about 30 minutes, and it really depends on how much you're playing, you know, doing side quest stuff, were you even trying to kill, you know, little just enemies around just to kind of get a little bit extra experience because you thought you needed it. I mean, it's just really up to those. Also make sure, like, in your first playthrough you end up buying the, I forgot what it's called, but it's where you get 15% more AP, and if you buy it again in your second playthrough, it bumps it up to, I think, 40%. And that's what kind of pushes you over the edge, because you can get that like mid playthrough, and then it just kind of boosts it the rest of the way, where it makes it easy. But all in all, the game, I have to give, for me, it's at least a 9 out of 10. I will say, for me personally, I have a little bit of a gripe with the ending. Not a terrible gripe, I'm not going to get into it and spoil anyone, but it's just I didn't enjoy the ending as much as I wanted to. But in my second playthrough, I kind of accepted the ending and didn't have as much as a gripe as, you know, the original one I had. But all in all, like, the game was great. Like, combat wise, great. Stuff to do outside of the main quest, amazing. The only thing that kind of hampers it, like I said, was difficulty wise and lack of like just messing around, you know, with your party and stuff. Like, you know, you couldn't equip much, like you couldn't equip anything on like Jill, Torgal, or anything like that. It was just mainly they'll be in your party, they might not be in your party. There's no switching anything out. You just kind of play with who you got, and that's it. There's no strategy to it, and that's the only thing where I was like, this kind of is like missing the Final Fantasy charm. But like I said, it's not that bad. 9 out of 10, easy. And in terms of difficulty for a platinum, I mean, I don't consider grinding necessarily hard. There's nothing that's like going to be a skill issue where it's going to be difficulty to get. It's just how much patience do you have, because doing the second playthrough might test your patience in terms of, oh, I gotta like skip all these cutscenes because I've already seen them, so I'm getting through it. And towards the end of it, you're probably thinking like, oh, okay, let's just get it done. Like, I'm not doing any of this. And then a little grind at the end. But I mean, if you can do that, that's simple enough. Like, I would give it a 2 out of 10 in terms of difficulty for getting the platinum. It's honestly a free platinum, and if you enjoy how Final Fantasies play, then this is an easy one for you. Well, if you guys did enjoy this video, if you did, leave a like, subscribe. The next game I'm going to try to platinum is Mortal Kombat 1. I'm not really a fighting game connoisseur per se, but I do enjoy Mortal Kombat, and right now I'm enjoying the hell out of the game. So that will be the next game I decide to do a playthrough on. Now let me know down in the comment section below also if you want to see, like, what do you want to see in the background of the video, because for me, I don't want to necessarily put anything spoiler related, but I also don't know if people want to watch for 10 minutes of an old trailer for the game, or even, you know, watch just me fight just random enemies throughout the game as well. Like, you know, just let me know down in the comment section below. That will help me in the long run. But if you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, and you guys know the drill. I will see you guys later.